Hi, today we're going to talk about Prudential Insurance Company of America and lump sum buyouts or settlements offered by Prudential. And today to talk with me is attorney Stephen Jessup. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing well, Greg. Yourself?
Doing well, thank you. And Prudential recently was a company that didn't do many lump sum buyouts, but we've been seeing a lot more recently. Why do you think that is, and what's been your experience with Prudential buyouts?
As to why it is, it may be just a matter of now the way they're assessing their business structure and their plan towards it. They do have their own separate department that does handle it. There's individuals whose job is to do calculations, run actuarial charts, all those types of things. And the experience I find with Prudential is usually rather direct. From our standpoint, in that they don't tend to drag it out. If there is an interest, they are effectively trying to negotiate those amounts, and they'll also be one of the insurance companies that's most prompt to tell you that a certain person isn't a candidate, because they're very, very selective on the cases that they will offer any type of lump sum buyout on.
So I think it's important for people considering a buyout with Prudential to understand that the disability insurance company is not obligated to offer a buyout. It's something that they do voluntarily if they're interested, and it's very rare that a claimant could just call up and say, hey, I want a buyout, and Prudential will respond to them. So I don't think a lot of people know that this is one of the services that we regularly offer, where we have contacts at Prudential where we reach out to them for buyouts, and we only do it on situations where we think someone would be a candidate. So what kind of criteria are you looking for when it comes to a person who contacts us to determine whether or not they might be eligible for a buyout?
First and foremost, I think it's how long you've been on claim. If you've only been on claim a couple months, there's really, unless there's some extraneous outside facts, they're not going to be interested in offering a buyout. They at least want to see some type of change into the occupational change from own occupation to any occupation. If there's potential workers' compensation benefits that you might be receiving or going to be receiving, Social Security, anything that can be offset under the policy, they're going to want to see that those items are already in place, before they even start to consider it. And also, like other insurance companies, and I feel from my experience, Prudential does do it more so, they do take a much more in-depth look at the actual medical condition. Unfortunately, it is a business. They are determining risk, and certain conditions are more likely to, end to someone potentially dying before the end of the policy. So they also take a lot of these factors into it as well, and that can also cause devaluation of the policy if they even want to offer you a buyout. So with my experience with Prudential, it's a much more in-depth mathematical, review of the claim.
I tend to find that the offers are fair from them, but it varies based upon what the prevailing interest rate is. Sometimes their interest rates may be higher than what the market rate is compared to other companies, and that's a disadvantage for a claimant. That's a technical matter that we could discuss with anyone who calls us. Also, the mortality issues in terms of whether or not they think a claimant's is going to die before age 65. Is also a factor. So there's lots of factors to consider if you're interested in a lump sum buyout with Prudential, and it's possible every now and then they send a letter out to someone saying, if you're interested, let us, to contact them. We recommend that you give us a call. We'll offer you a free consultation. We'll review your entire claim with you, and we'll let you know if we think that you would be a good candidate for a buyout, and we'll let you know right away whether or not we would be able to assist you.